Well, this week in the basic maintenance, we want to talk about some of the specific suspension items on a vehicle that's like this. Some things are common among different platforms, but there's some things with a rig like this that you need to be aware of. So if you want to get into something like this, I want to show you a couple of things that you need to be aware of. All right, as we look up underneath here, you'll notice this vehicle has a lot of geometry in the suspension. A lot of this was put on by Kevin, and it's a kit from Rusty's. Now, you've got a lot of Zerk fittings, or grease fittings, all over this truck. That's common with a lot of other vehicles. Whenever you go get your oil changed, make sure that the technician puts plenty of grease in those fittings to keep that joint from drying out, because if it does, then you've got metal on metal, and you're going to wind up wearing that part out. Now, this particular vehicle is towed out just slightly, which means this tire over here is pointing outward. It's just a fact of how this particular vehicle came together. But there's offset ball joints that are available that can be put in over here and have this tire tilt back out slightly, and the toe can be brought back in. That way it's got a nice straight track when it goes down the road. Other things you want to be aware of are your bushings. This is common on most any vehicle, and they absolutely wear out all the time. So remember the Zerk fittings and your bushings, and take care of all of that type stuff on any vehicle. All right, Cale, back to you.
Having the right tool to work on a vehicle is very important, especially on a four-wheel drive. So this week we're going to take a look at the difference between a 6-point and a 12-point socket in the toolbox. A 6-point socket goes on a bolt that has 6 sides on it, like this one. And a 12-point socket is one like on this Jeep Cherokee. These are not stars, or they're not Torx. A lot of people want to, think that that's what they are, but they're not. Those are a 12-point socket on these bolts. And that's the difference between a 6-point and a 12-point socket.
Thanks, Cale. This week, for all of you off-road and four-wheel drive fans, we're looking at Hot Wheel Racing's 2012 Off-Road Series. 6 of your favorite castings are lifted with big wheels and hard-charging graphics to detour you to off-road and mud-filled places. This series includes Sandblaster, 83 Chevy Silverado 4x4, Volkswagen Baja Beetle, Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40, Custom Ford Bronco, and Pikes Peak Celica. So get yours today so that you too can go off-road. Oh yeah, before I close the Diecast Garage, I would like to give a special thanks to author and collector Mike Zarnock for the autographed poster and the drag strip Demons Altered Roadster. Mike signed these for me at the recent DiecastSpace.com Music City Regionals in Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks, Mike. Back to you, Cale.
Thanks, Brooke. That was really neat. I think kids of all ages are ready to get out and go play in the mud now and do a little four-wheeling. So when we come back, we got some upcoming events and the back doors. So stick around.